Commissioner Fagade, would you like to call the meeting to order?
Just give me a moment. Calling to order the capital improvement meeting. May we have a roll call, please?
Chairperson Fagade,
Present.
Commissioner Davis,
Present.
Commissioner Garcia. Commissioner Garcia,
She's present. She raised her hand, but she's having some audio issues.
Mr. Chair, we do have a quorum.
Thank
Commissioner
you.
Garcia, you're on mute.
Thank you. So first item of business is to approve the agenda. Do we have a motion?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Second. And then all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. Next will be the approval of meetings, June 3rd, 2026. Is there a motion?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I'm sorry, but those minutes are not, they're pending, so we
they are
can't,
pending.
we can't
Thank
approve
you.
them yet. Mhm.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so may we ask that communication take lead on public participation, please?
To make a comment, please raise your hand by using the raise hand icon on your desktop or mobile device using the Zoom app. If you are calling into the meeting by phone, press *9 to raise your hand. During public comment, after your name is called, you will be given permission to unmute. In order to begin speaking, you will have to unmute yourself. To do so, press the unmute button, which is the microphone icon, if you're online or on the Zoom app, or *6 if you're calling in. At the beginning of your comment, please share your full name and the community or neighborhood you live, work in, or are representing. The timer will start after your introduction. You will have a limit of 3 minutes to make your comment, and please keep your comments to public comment. This is not an opportunity to request information or data, which can be done through the city website and Legistar. If you make a comment, and in order for DWSD staff to follow up with you, we kindly request you complete the comment card link located with the Board of Water Commissioners meeting event posted on the DWSD homepage at detroitmi.gov/DWSD. You will only be called upon once. Once the chair closes public comment, there will be no other comments from the public, and all attendees will remain muted for the duration of the committee meeting. Thank you for your attention.
Do we have any public comments today?
Mr. Chair, I do not see any hands raised at this time.
Okay, moving on. So item number 6, communications, we have none. And number 7, unfinished business, we also have none, but we do have new business, item number 8A, 2026-161, GLWA 5-year CIP for the upcoming fiscal year, and I believe this is sponsored by the Office of the Deputy Director. Do we have someone presenting something?
Good afternoon. This is Dima Al-Gamal, Capital Planning Director from GLWA. I'm here to present on GLWA's 5-year plan status.
Good afternoon. Welcome, Dima. Please take it away.
Thank you. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try to share my screen. So can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
Can you hear her now? Can you hear Jane now? Excuse me.
Yes, we can hear her.
Okay, all
You
right.
got it?
I got it.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
Sure
Thank
thing.
you.
Thank you for bearing with us.
appreciate.
Okay, Dima.
Okay, good afternoon again. Dima Al-Gamal, Capital Planning Director for GLWA. I would like to go over today multiple updates related to GLWA CIP. I will start by looking at giving us a look at the rear mirror a little bit just to see how we did on FY26 KPIs. We'll talk about the next 5 years, what's presented in the FY27-31 that is specific to the city of Detroit. And we'll give you a quick update also on where we're heading, which is the FY28 to 32 CIP. To start with, just look in the rear mirror, how have we performed as far as the CIP on water and wastewater. As you can see, we've progressed well on water. We have accomplished over 70% of board approved so far. GLWA has identified actuals for now as of May because we don't have June actuals. So I'm reporting on not year end, but almost year end numbers. Our water projects, just like any other projects, they go through construction design. There are some delays and there are some projects that finish early. So there's ups and downs that would cause a little bit of changes to our predictions. So we had in our forecast about $168 million. So far, we spent $122 million on the water components. As far as wastewater, we've been doing very well. Our forecast on wastewater was $155 million for May. We're at $187 million. So we're way over our projections. It's really important to also realize because the projects have a dynamic kind of life cycle. Sometimes they finish early, they're ahead of schedule, accelerated spending. This is what we're seeing on the water side, and we have a lot of projects under construction as we speak. This is FY26 and where we are to date. The GLWA board has approved FY27 to 31 back in February. It just became effective July 1st of 2026. The expected investment in water and wastewater over the next 5 years is going to be around $240 million for water per year versus $254 million for wastewater over the next 5 years. At this time, we have about 54 projects. Last year, we closed 8. We added 13 new projects into FY27 to 31. And again, we're looking at an investment of close to $200 million, $250 million per year on each water and wastewater. This is what was presented in the CIP. We managed to what is presented in the financial plan. So we've introduced what is called capital spend ratio, and we work at managing at the capital spend ratio level while we have the flexibility with changing in dynamics, changing in project schedules and market resources. So that the CSR is intended to give us a little bit of flexibility, and CSR stands for capital spend ratio. For the city of Detroit in specific, I want to first comment on the fact that we have a huge document updated on our website that kind of displays the entire CIP. We dedicate like a map for the projects that are within the city of Detroit. I highly recommend that people visit the document, visit the appendices associated with the documents if they are interested in any of the projects that you see on this slide. So we identify the areas, we identify projects within GLWA funds and outside GLWA funds that are specific to the city of Detroit. We also have another map for the entire system, but this one is dedicated to the city of Detroit. So again, just to mention few, 7 Mile Nevada transmission main rehab, Concord and Nevada flow control valves, Jefferson main replacement project. There's many projects in various stages of execution that sit within the city of Detroit as we speak in the current CIP. I wanted to provide a little bit more detail. It could be overwhelming detail, but perhaps it gives an idea of those projects that are within the city of Detroit. Where do they sit in their project status level, and how many of these projects are outside our fences? GLWA facilities are almost all of them are within the city of Detroit, but we do have out of the fence projects, and everything that you see highlighted on the few slides that I'm sharing is basically outside the fence. Grosse Pointe Woods, Harbor Woods, 24-inch main for water, Pennsylvania and Spring Wells raw water supply tunnel, Concord and Nevada flow control valves. We consider all of these outside our fence, and they vary in statuses. So we have projects that are under construction, projects that are under design, projects in procurement, and you can also see on the next slide, as far as water, there's projects within the next 5 years that are identified for work to be worked on within the city of Detroit. If you want more information on these projects, I highly recommend visiting Appendix A from our document that's on the website. Each project has what we call a BCE, business case evaluation. It entails the project budget, the project schedule, as well as description of the project and the score associated with the project. Same thing on the wastewater side. So we have a lot of projects within the city of Detroit. The ones that are highlighted are outside GLWA facilities, many projects under construction as we speak, and the ones highlighted, like I said, are outside GLWA facilities. The conveyance system projects, we have North Interceptor East Arm project, and of course DRI, Detroit River Interceptor. Again, various stages. We have multiple projects in design. The pilot CSO netting facility is considered outside our fences. Meldrum sewer diversion and VR15 improvements, that's in procurement under design. A lot of, like I mentioned, a lot of projects are active, and some of them are specific within the city of Detroit. Realignment of Lanyo sewer is a project that is coming in the next 5 years. So this is as far as what's inside the CIP in Detroit as we speak, the one that just got approved in February. Where are we heading? As GLWA, we already started working on FY 28 to 32 CIP. I don't know if everyone knows, but GLWA is going through on the CIP side implementation of a PMIS, Program Management Information System. And because of that, there's a lot of work that is taking place in the implementation and integration of the PMIS system. So we kind of needed to pivot a little bit on our schedules. We're still working on producing a 28 to 32 CIP next year around February and taking it to the board for approval in January, but we're doing something a little bit different this year. We're condensing the time frame and the effort and the document itself. And those who are familiar with our workflow, instead of 2 drafts, we're going to be publishing only 1 draft this year. And by the time we submit to the board, we would address any comments that we receive within that 1 draft that is going to be published in December. And with that, I will take any questions. Thank you for listening.
Do we have any questions for Dima? And thank you so much for that presentation, Dima.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Hearing none, we will move on to the next item. 8B 2026-155 operations metrics. This is sponsored by Mia.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Erica Mia, Chief Operating Officer. And we are going to go through the metrics for operations, primarily though just M&R and meters, leaving out the fleet and facilities this go around. The first slide I want to bring to your attention is the 410 schedule that M&R Maintenance and Repair Group is now on, effective as of Monday. As you can see from the slides, we have been monitoring attendance. And so when we compared last year, this same month of May, 2025, we had 69 people out for the month of May alone, and just M&R. And then this May of 2026, we had a total of 97 people out for the month of May. And so we have seen an uptick in attendance, and that these two that you see in front of you are literally only for FMLA and sick. This does not include when staff take planned vacation, departmental leave. These are days that we do not anticipate them being off. So what I decided to do was look at the 410 as a mandatory for the M&R group. Monday and Friday seem to be the biggest days that they take off. So we thought, okay, let's take Monday and Friday out of the equation. Let's put the bulk of the work in the middle of the week and then let them have some flexibility. I do believe that staff is taking off to do what, you normally would do during business hours. So now they have a Monday or Friday to go to a bank, to go to the credit union, to visit a doctor's office and not have to take their time off, or they can simply have an extended weekend or a family reunion or a holiday, and they don't have to rush back and use time. So we just started this month. We will not have data until by the time I present to you in August, but every month until we have completed our 410, we will submit to you and show you what we think attendance is doing, and we'll track it, and either we will go up or down. I do want to be very clear that this is only for the maintenance and repair group, and this is for groups that are not in customers' home on a regular. Our lead team is a part of this group, but they will be out of homes before it's dark. And then we will stop in October, at the end of October, as daylight savings ends, to keep crews out of the street and safe when they don't have sunlight. So 410 has started, and I'll have data for you next month for June and July, and we'll just keep a comparison. I also want to let you know that HR has started a working session, and we have all met people from every division to talk about attendance, talk about bringing people to work. This is just one of the efforts that we are trying to encourage people to come to work and help us hit our productivity, hit our numbers. And I'm sorry, if you have any questions during or after, feel free to stop me and we can go through them. Next slide, please. The next one is our hydrants. As you know, we have 30,000 hydrants. I do want to bring to your attention that last month's number looked high. So we recalculated. I made an error on the chart. And so we have corrected that error. And these are on average hydrants that are inoperable. We had an uptick in April and May. As you know, from the thefts, we have seen that start to slowly drop down. The repairs have been kind of close, but we also have noticed that there's been an uptick of people using hydrants to cool off these last couple of days themselves. And so when they do that, there often is repairs that will have to be made, and we're going quickly as we can behind them so that hydrants are operable and ready for their intended need of fire repairs, and not necessarily cooling customers off. Our next one is running water. This is water that is running for vacant properties. A customer needs it. A customer has a property. Kind of keeping steady, but June is an uptick. And I don't have a rationale as to why, but it's trending with last year at the same time. And we're pretty close to keeping up with the demand as they come in. We resolve pretty much most of them in 4 days, keeping maybe 10 at the max carried over until the next 5th or 6th day, but never to the next month. Next one is water main breaks. May and June, obviously, are peak seasons for heat, and so we'll have expansion. But again, crews are, even with some of the call-offs we've had, crews are able to keep within 4 days. As you see, we had 71. We were able to fix 66 of those within the 4-day service agreement we have, and then the same for the month of June thus far. Our annual catch basin cleaning program, as we are committed to 8,000 per season. That season starts in April. It ends a little bit shy of December. It's weather dependent. So hopefully if weather is as decent as it was last December, we'll go all the way through. But happy to say that we are at 30% of our completion. We have added contractor capacity as of July 1st. And so we'll have more trucks out helping us clean in addition to our crews and our trucks. Same with our sewer cleaning, 600 miles is our commitment. We're at 40% complete with that. So we're excited about that. We do believe we will exceed our 600 miles, and we have increased contractor capacity as well, as making sure our crews are out to hit and exceed that goal of 600. Meter installations are doing really well. They're sticking with their 600 to 700. The only dip you will see with the week of 621 is because of the holiday. The holiday was on a Friday that week, so that stops us from being able to go in and do installs, but they're doing a great job in keeping on our 600 to 700 a week. And then our meter shop as well has an annual goal of 12,000 meters to be installed. From January to now, we've already met 8,262 of them. So we see no reason we won't hit our 12,000. As you can see, the 5/8 meter is our most popular one. So that is the one that we get the most requests. And we've had 59 new service accounts installed from January to June 30th. So we're proud about that as well. Our next one is, we all talk about the field service techs and we love them and they do great work, but there are a lot of people behind the scenes in operations that help them be able to do that work. So we want to give a special shout out to all of the professional administrative analysts, the business analysts, and the project managers that help them make sure they have equipment, make sure they have contractor support, make sure they have something as simple as paper for the CCTVs to print out. So big kudos to all of the PAA, BAs, and project managers within the operations team. I thank you for your hard work. And commissioners, that is it. If you have any questions or you want to talk about 14s, I'm here to answer.
Any questions for Mia? Thank you so much, Mia. That was an amazing presentation. I also want to make a comment and say good work on the operations team for taking their time to use predictive analysis to actually strategize on work-life balance. It is proven to boost efficiency in any functional organization. So great work. In light of no other questions, I will move on to the next item on our agenda, item number 9, planning calendar. I think we have a presentation of GLIWA's 5-year CIP for the upcoming fiscal year.
Mr. Chair, that's what Dema presented.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no other matters. Next meeting is scheduled for August 5th, 2026. And I will, can we have a motion to adjourn?
So move, Mr. Chair.
Second, and we are adjourned.
So we have a few minutes. Our next meeting is at 1:45, Finance. Commissioner Forte? So-
Sorry, I was on mute. We are ready to begin the Finance Committee. So we'll have an official call to order and maybe have a roll call.
Chairperson Forte,
Present.
Commissioner Davis,
Present.
Commissioner Einhauser is absent. Madam Chair, we do have a quorum.
Thank you. We'll now move to the next item on the agenda, which is to approve the agenda. Is there a motion?
So moved, Madam Chair.
Thank you. I support that. All in favor of the approval of the agenda, please indicate with the sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion is approved. The next item on the agenda is the approval of the meeting minutes of June 3rd, 2026. I'm seeing that they're pending, so we'll not ask for an approval at this point. We'll move on to public participation. To make a comment, please raise your hand by using the raise hand icon on your desktop or mobile device using the Zoom app. If you are calling into the meeting by phone, press *9 to raise your hand. During public comment, after your name is called, you will be given permission to unmute. In order to begin speaking, you will have to unmute yourself. To do so, press the unmute button, which is the microphone icon, if you're online or on the Zoom app, or *6 if you're calling in. At the beginning of your comment, please share your full name and the community or neighborhood you live, work in, or are representing. The timer will start after your introduction. You will have a limit of 3 minutes to make your comment, and please keep your comments to public comment. This is not an opportunity to request information or data, which can be done through the city website and Legistar. If you make a comment, and in order for DWSD staff to follow up with you, we kindly request you complete the comment card link located with the Board of Water Commissioners meeting event posted on the DWSD homepage at detroitmi.gov/DWSD. You will only be called upon once. Once the chair closes public comment, there will be no other comments from the public, and all attendees will remain muted for the duration of the committee meeting. Thank you for your attention.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
there are no hands raised at this time.
Okay, seeing that there are no hands raised at this time, we will close public comment and continue on in our agenda. The next item on the agenda are communications. We have item A, 6A, 2026-151, receipt of correspondence. Is there a motion to receive and file?
So moved, Madam Chair.
Thank you. I support the motion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That motion is approved. We'll move on to item 7, unfinished business. We have none. Item 8 for new business. We have the first item there is item 2026-152. May we have a motion?
Madam Chair, I
Sure.
move that the Board of Water Commissioners for the City of Detroit authorizes the Director to approve DWSD contract 6007955 for project WS-751 with Major Contracting Group for water and system improvements in various District 5 neighborhoods of Detroit for a total contract amount not to exceed $11,496,000 and a term of 2 years. This also authorizes the Director to take such other action as may be necessary to accomplish the intent of this vote.
Thank you. I support that motion. And if we can hear from Ms. Welch on the details.
Good afternoon. This contract is to provide water infrastructure improvements. This contract will replace approximately 23,000 linear feet of water main throughout District 5, the District 5 neighborhood. The work also includes replacement of gate valves, lead service lines, and hydrants and other water assets that may be attached to the line during the replacement of the full water main. Procurement did advertise bids for 61 days, and we received 4 bid responses, and Major Contracting Group was the lowest responsive and responsible bidder. They are CREO certified. They hold 2 certifications as a Detroit headquarter business as well as a Detroit-based business. The contractor has also indicated that they would have 52% Detroiters assigned to perform this work. The vendor has provided DWSD procurement with all of the approved documentation to perform this work. And at this time, procurement is requesting approval with recommendation to the full board agenda for next week.
Thank you, Ms. Welch. Are there questions or comments? Hearing none. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That motion is approved. The next item is item 2026-153. I'll give Commissioner Davis a rest. I'll read the motion. Board of Water Commissioners for the City of Detroit Water and Sewerage Department authorizes the director to approve DWSD contract 6007971 for project WS-752 with Major Contracting Group for water system improvements in various District 6 neighborhoods of Detroit for a total contract amount not to exceed $18,475,000 and a term of 2 years. This also authorizes the director to take such other action as may be necessary to accomplish the intent of this vote. Is there a second on the motion?
I second.
Thank you, Commissioner Davis. Ms. Welch?
Yes, this contract is similar to the first one that was presented, same scope of work. The only difference is it's not in District 5, it's in District 6. And unlike the previous submitted contract, which was about 23,000 linear feet of water main replacement, this has 35,000 linear feet of water main replacement. We did advertise it for bids. It was only out for 29 days. We received 3 bid responses. And again, Major Contracting Group was the lowest responsive and responsible bidder. And again, they have provided all of their documentations. They are a Detroit certified business who has also indicated that they would have more than 50% Detroiters assigned to perform the work. So I'm not going to go into much commentary because it's the same exact scope. It's just in a different area and an additional amount of linear feet to be replaced in that area of water main. So procurement is presenting it to the Finance Committee for approval and recommendation to move to the full board.
Thank you. Are there questions or comments? I just had one that's probably a little outside this, but this is obviously for neighborhoods in District 5 and District 6. Are we anticipating other contracts, or are there others that are out for proposal now for the other neighborhoods?
Yes, we just presented one to you all that was approved last month, which was 748, which was in various areas. It was in Palmer Park, Denby, and Maplewood, and we currently have about 4 water improvement service contracts that are scattered throughout the city in various neighborhoods. And so as we continue to get like SRF funding, and the engineering departments continue to do the design work and do the analytics, then you'll see these contracts come before you, but these will be added to the additional 5 that are already out and approved in service.
Thank you very much, Ms. Welch. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That motion is approved. The next item is item C, 2026-154. It's our monthly financial review. So I'll ask our CFO, Istakar Brahman, to present.
Okay, good afternoon, Commissioners, and good afternoon, Madam Chair. Istakar Rahman, this Chief Financial Officer, DWSD. This is our April 2026 monthly financial review. go through the slides. There are no unusual items. It's a pretty quiet month, but let me run through the slides here. The first slide here is the operating cash. We continue to maintain our cash reserves to support our operating as well as capital plan. For the month of April, on a system-wide basis, we had $238.4 million in our cash and investments for all the funds, whether it's operating, I&E, trust accounts, or construction accounts. 78.1 million out of that $238.4 million were in the water fund and 160.3 in the sewer fund. This balance of $238.4 million represents an overall decrease of roughly $11 million over the balance we had in March. And there are various factors that contribute to this difference. Mainly, we saw a difference of $2.7 million decrease in our operating accounts, and I'll explain why that happened. We had $4.9 million decrease in our water I&E. Roughly about $1.5 million combined decrease in our construction as well as for both the funds, water and sewer, and $1.6 million combined decrease in our trust account for both the water. So generally speaking, April has been a slower month in terms of collections when you compare it to March. And I'll also compare it to our target collections as we go through the slides. So in the water operating cash of $7.7 million had a $1.9 million decrease. And then this decrease is due to a transfer of employee benefits, which was recorded in April. It's more like a timing difference. Some part of it should have been recorded in March, but because of timing difference and also the timing of when we get information from the city on our employee benefits, this could differ from month to month. For the month of April, we had a timing difference of $1.9 million. Similarly, in the sewer operating cash, we had a timing difference that resulted in a decrease of $760,000 when you compare it to March. For our improvement and extension fund, as I mentioned before, we continue to have adequate cash reserves to support our capital program. In the water I&E cash, we had $20.4 million, a decrease of 4.9 compared to March. And then this decrease is due to capital expenditures that we incurred during the month. And sometimes the difference is also related to timing difference. Depends on at what point we get reimbursed from our funding sources. So sometimes it gets reimbursed quickly, sometimes it takes a little longer, but these differences are mainly for timing. Sewer I&E cash at $48 million. This kind of stood steady when you compare it to March. Construction cash, again, decreases, you'll see, because of the capital expenditures that we incur, especially during the spring and summer months. Water construction had $16.6 million at the end of the month of April, and sewer had $28.6 million. As I mentioned before, our plan is still there to issue bonds in the spring of 2027 to reinforce our construction cash in the water fund, which you can see from the slide is at a very low end at this point in time. Moving on to our cash held in trust with GLWA. The GLWA water cash had $33.4 million, a decrease of about $500,000 over March. Our receipts for the month of April, $10.2 million. It fell short of our target collection for the month by $450,000. Our target collection for April was $10.7 million in the water fund. In the sewer cash, we had $49.9 million, a decrease of 1.2. Again, we had a collection of $24.8 million in the month of April, which fell short of our target, which was $26 million for the month of April. And switching gears to our accounts receivables, our April sales were $40.4 million, a slight decrease of $1.2 million when you compare to March's sales of 41.6. Receivables of $346.9 million for all our active accounts increased by $5.5 million, roughly 1.6% compared to last month. The increases can be seen in the table below. You can see all the differences in terms of balances. Increases were seen across all customer classes. Days in receivables also increased for all our customer classes, which is the last column in the table. Subsequent records of receipts in May shows some upward trend. So April, I would guess, was a slower month, but cash receipts started picking up a bit more in the month of May, which will be reflected in our next monthly meeting. So our April cash collection for all our overall across the board was $35.2 million, a 7.5% decrease compared to March. It also did not meet our collection target for the month as a whole. Our target collection for both water and sewer combined for the month of April was $36.7 million. We collected 35.2, a shortfall of $1.5 million. Active residential receivables increased by 0.6%, to the tune of 1.5, and also there was an increase in our days in receivables. Allowance for doubtful collections stood at 83.7%, which was very consistent with what we had. Sorry.
Mr. Kerr, just one question back on slide 6. I see that Commissioner Blackman asked a question. I just wanted to make sure her question was acknowledged and received and addressed. It was, does GLWA share why they fall short of their payment, their remittance?
GLWA falling short. GLWA collects our money on our behalf in the trust account, if you're referring to the trust account. So it's not really GLWA, it is whatever we collect through our residential and other retail customers that come into a trust account. So whatever they collect, they send us to meet our operating needs.
I think that's exactly the question and the answer, Mr. Kerr.
Yeah, okay. So GLWA basically just acts as a trust, a trustee. They collect on our behalf and then they send us the money that we need for our operating needs. So if there's a shortfall, it's really due to slower collection overall from our retail customers.
Thanks. Okay. I hope that addresses Commissioner Blackman's question. Thank you.
Welcome. So allowance for doubtful accounts is 83.7%. It's consistent with our month-to-month allowance. It was 83.7% as a matter of fact in March as well. We have also given our inactive accounts receivables to a third-party collection agency. We started that a couple of months ago. The agency has started collecting on our behalf. It's a little too early to talk about success or failure of the program, but we'll keep you updated as we go along. Collection rate, this is just a summary of graphically of where our collections tend to move. If you look at the chart here, this is a 3-month moving average for all our customer classes. If you look at residential customer class, you see, let's see, a second here. The collection rate for the last 3 months have averaged 89.3%. Our obvious goal is to bring it up to 90, around mid-90s. not just for residential, but for all our customer classes. The 89.3% was, however, consistent with the 3-month average that we saw in March. April's collection was 80.8% compared to 96.8% and 90.7% in February. So in April, we did a reclassification of certain receipts for customer classes. Some receipts that were recorded in residential collection were removed or reclassed to industrial customers. That's why you'll see a drop in residential collection rate, but you'll see an increase in the industrial collection rate. Commercial 3-month rolling average stood at 88.8% for the month of April. It was fairly comparable to 87.9% in March. April's collection rate for commercial was 89.1% compared to 95.6% in March and 81.8% in February. Industrial average 89.7 compared to 84.1, and that slight increase you see is due to the reclassification of receipts from one customer class to another. Tax exempt had a 3-month rolling average of 94.4%, which was kind of healthy, I thought. April's collection rate was 95.1% compared to 97%. And when it comes to government customer class, our last 3 months average was 75.6% compared to 77.4% in March. A lot of these differences in government collection is due to timing differences. Some of the government agencies tend to not to pay on a monthly basis, but they accumulate and pay sometimes on a quarterly basis or sometime on a lump sum basis. So that class of customers collection tends to swing up and down a little more than the other classes. April combined collection rate was 85.6 for all our active customer classes, lower than the March's rate of 92.5, and the 3-month average kind of stood pretty steady between April and March. Now we'll talk a little bit about our matrix for water sales. Although April volume and revenues were lower than expectations, generally speaking, our volume and revenue for the year exceeded budgeted expectations. So you'll see we exceeded water volume budget by 1.6% on an annual basis so far, and 1.4% increase in our commodity revenue on a seasonally adjusted budget. No concern at this time. The survey charge matrix are trending very close to the budget. If you look at it, this is extremely close to our expectation. For the year to date, our water equivalents exceeded budget by 0.3%, and our associated revenues for the meters exceeded budget by 0.5%. On the sewer side, both the volume as well as the associated revenues fell short of our expectation. Just for the month as well as for the year as a whole, our year-to-date metrics show that we are lower by 1.2% in terms of our volume and 2.2% lower in terms of our revenues associated with those volumes. We do believe this is seasonal, a little bit up and down. I do really hope that we're gonna even out or be very close to our expectations as we close out the year. In terms of number of accounts or number of meter counts, we exceeded the budget for the month as well as for the year as a whole by 1.8%. And the final slide for this month is on our drainage charge. Our actual billable BIA, billable impervious acres, fell short of our budgeted expectation by 2.8%. But it was steady with March's average as well as the actual BIA, and was 0.3% above April of last year. On a year-to-date basis, our BIA was 3.1% below budget. When you look at the revenue side, we have fallen short of the budget by 4.3%. But we were very steady with the March revenue as well as actually higher in April of 2025. A significant contributing factor for this variance from the budget is increasing credits that we offer our customers, such as residential and green credits. On a year-to-date basis, we are 3.8% below budget. Again, the expectation is to inch closer to our expectation before the year ends. That concludes the presentation for April financial review. Be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much. Are there any other questions from commissioners? Hearing none. Thanks again, Mr. Kerr. Very comprehensive as usual. You're next up on the planning calendar. It sounds like we're up to date.
Yes, we are up to date, ma'am. Chair.
Thank you. Are there any other matters to come before the committee? Hearing none, our next meeting is August 5th, 2026. And is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Madam Chair.
Thank you. We are adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Mm, 3 minutes to spare.
Great timing, Marion. And
Thank you.
Can you hear
I can, but it's kind of low. Can
me? Just let me raise my voice a little bit then. I'd like to call the Customer Service Committee meeting to order. Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Chairperson Blackman,
Present.
Commissioner Fagade,
Present.
Commissioner Garcia.
Present.
Madam Chair, we have a quorum.
Very much. The next item then is the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion?
I move, Madam Chair.
Support.
Moved and supported. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Nay. Motion carried. The next item then is the approval of minutes of June 3rd, 2026. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, those minutes are pending, so there's no action
I'm sorry.
for this meeting.
They're pending, so we're not ready to ask for.
Correct.
To public participation. Is there anyone who has expressed a desire to speak before this committee?
Madam Chair, at the time, we do have one hand that's raised at the moment. That is Cecily McClellan. Ms. McClellan, you can unmute yourself.
And we have we not read the public comments intro?
I guess I skipped ahead.
We've read it already, haven't we read it?
We have read it twice. Madam Chair, we've read it twice already.
I think there's a need, and Ms. McClellan is very familiar with our process. So let us just ask her to join us.
Okay, I've already clicked on unmute.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Welcome, Ms. McClellan. Please proceed.
Okay, Cecily McClellan with We the People of Detroit. First, I'd just like to thank the Water Department for allowing residents that are already enrolled in the Lifeline H2O program to forego recertification, because in many cases, those persons have the same information in terms of Medicaid as well as SNAP award letters. But it was really comforting to know, and for the residents, I know, to know that they would not have to recertify. Currently, there are persons that, are still seeking enrollment in the program. When you go online, if you Google Lifeline, Detroit Lifeline H2O Promise, it does provide you with what appears to be an enrollment or a notification. It allows you to put your name, your phone number, and your address in, and it indicates that once the program reopens, that they will be contacted. And I'm just wondering whether this information is being maintained and that these people will be notified. We are using this as a source of information, and we are referring persons to this in hopes that, as it indicates on that page, in the summer, this program will reopen, or we've been told that with the new fiscal year, which is now. So we're anticipating and hoping that in the near future, the program will reopen. And we would like to have some idea of how many new residents will be able to enroll in the program. As you all know, there is a desperate need for this program, and people are looking forward to attempting to enroll. In terms of the easy pay, one of the comments that we often get from residents for not being able to maintain the program is because they say they didn't know that they were officially enrolled in the program. I'm not quite sure what you all can do to improve that process, because particularly if you have a somewhat high arrearage, you're in the easy pay program, 2 payments could easily equal over a couple of $100. And if you're dealing with a low income resident, that's a problem. But it just appears, just based on what I see, is that it's not a clear indication when you are enrolled in that program. And is it indicated on your bill so the resident will know that they're officially enrolled in the program? Thank you very much, and those are my comments.
Thank you, Ms. McClellan. Is there anyone else?
Yeah, Madam Chair, there's 2 more hands that are raised. May I respond to a couple of those comments just because I believe it's pertinent at the moment?
In fact, I welcome that, Mr. Phillips.
All right. So as far as Ms. McClellan asked about the waiting list, There is a waiting list. It is online. It is being maintained, and we do have a list of everyone. We do have the name and contact information of all those individuals. And when the program does reopen, when the funding is made available, we will contact those individuals first because they have requested that information first. So that's the first. The second question that you had was about Easy Pay and residents not understanding that they were on the program. Just as a reminder, to get onto Easy Pay, the resident has to contact DWSD and request to be placed onto Easy Pay. So I'm assuming if you call us and asked us to be on it, you would know that you're on the program because you requested it. At that time, we also provide you with your balance that is owing, and we also provide you with what the payment will be, which in this case, Easy Pay is divided by 36 months. And we do provide that information to the resident or the customer when they call in. So that's it. That's all I have. Thank you, Madam Chair, for allowing me to respond.
Thank you, Mr. Phillips. I'm a little, I'm wondering if we need just a bit more of an explanation. You said they should know that they're enrolled because they have requested to be enrolled. Is there some sort of verification that goes out to them to confirm that they are enrolled?
There is not a notification that we physically send out because they contacted us to request it. But it is on their bill, and the Easy Pay payment is spelled out on the next bill that they receive that shows exactly what they currently owe, what the past due balance is, and what that Easy Pay payment or installment plan looks like. The exact amount is on their bill.
Thank you. That does clarify. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Madam Chair, if you'd like to proceed, the next individual that has their hand raised is Gwendolyn Howard. Ms. Howard, you may unmute yourself.
Welcome, Ms. Howard.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Thank you for taking my call. I'm with We the People of Detroit as well as Redeem Detroit. I'm not going to be repetitious, but I agree with everything Mother Cecily McClellan said. But to answer to Mr. Phillips, we have customers that all of a sudden say that they're on Easy Pay. So what you're saying that they have to call in, was there any period where you guys transitioned them from the Lifeline to Easy Pay? Because a lot of them, we've had a lot of calls that said they didn't even know they were on the Easy Pay program till they got their bill. So when you say that they know because they called in, we have a few that didn't, that says they didn't apply for it, but they are now on it. So on that right there, everything else would be repetitious to what Sister McClellan said, but on that part right there, we're getting a lot of calls to say that they didn't know they were on Easy Pay, and then they couldn't afford the payment that was issued for them to pay. So Mr. Phillips answered that question saying they have to. So was it any period that you transitioned the customers to Easy Pay program? I'm not gonna repeat everything Mama Cecily said, but yeah, that's the question that I would come and ask on behalf of our customers. Thank you.
Very much.
Madam Chair, the next hand that's raised is Norel Hemphill.
Welcome, Ms. Hemphill. Ms. Hemphill, you may speak. Yes.
Good afternoon. My name is Attorney Norel Hemphill. I have the honor and privilege of serving as the Legal and Public Policy Manager at We the People of Detroit. And thank you for hearing our comments today. And I echo the sentiments of Ms. Cecily McClellan about the Easy Pay and also maintaining those numbers for the Lifeline H2O program. I want to start off by thanking Mayor Sheffield. I saw on July 1st, she signed an executive order directing all city departments to take the necessary steps to protect Detroit residents and workers during periods of extreme heat, and also halt water shutoffs during periods of extreme heat. I did have a question about that. I know a lot of residents were asking, what does that mean for water shutoffs? As we know that we have had an extremely hot July, and it's going to stay hot. So with that, will there will be no water shutoffs during the month of July? Or could you possibly, again, please share the particulars of what that will look like for Detroit residents? And then also with the Lifeline H2O plan, do we know how much is going to be allocated from GLEWA and the funds for this program, and how much has been allocated by DWSD for the fiscal year 26 for the Lifeline H2O program? Again, I echo the sentiments of Ms. McClellan in thanking you all for not requiring another recertification for those who are already enrolled in Lifeline H2O. So yes, if you could please share. I know this is something that's new. It's only a week old with the that executive order that the mayor signed for the shutoffs. So if you could please share the impact of on residents and what that will look like for them, that would be very, very helpful. And I will stop there.
Thank you very much.
Madam Chair, the next hand that's raised is Miko A. Williams. Mr. Williams, you can unmute yourself.
Welcome, Mr. Williams.
Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me, please?
Hear you.
Hi, D'Amico Williams. I'm the Chief Executive Director, Hydrate Detroit. We offer consultation and advocacy to Detroit residents that have had their water shut off or have a high water bill or at risk of disconnection of service. And I just want to share, yes, we are thankful and we are very pleased that the Detroit Water and Sewage Department has paused water shutoffs for the summer or for the month of July because it is very hot. My Beulah Walker, my Vice Chief Director, I want to thank her very much for coordinating communication. I just wished it would have been announced to the city of Detroit and it would have showed up on the TV news and such, and for people adding to people to pay their water bill and to continue making their payments while we are dealing with these temperatures. Also, I want to say about the Easy Pay program, I need a meeting. I need a meeting. I'm going to share the feedback in the meeting, but I need to share feedback that there are some people that are not enrolled in Easy Pay, or they were formerly enrolled in Easy Pay, because the people I'm getting was formerly enrolled in Easy Pay, and they need restoral fees, and they don't have. They need. I'm glad the restoral fees, some of them are low, but also on people with over $1,000 worth of bills, there's over restoral fees they cannot afford, and they are very high, and they are trapped with no resource from Wayne Metro, THAW, the state of Michigan, DHS, SER, or any other organization. I had a woman that had asked her church and believed God, and she was able to get a donation from her church, but she still needed half to complete the restoral fee. I'm glad to say that we were able to make that payment happen. Also, there was another situation that I'm still dealing with from April of a woman that was shut off. She went on the online to get on Easy Pay when it first came out, and she owes $6,000 to the Water and Sewage Department. She does not have. She has not paid since 2019, but while she was dealing with mental health issues and was in the hospital, her family was trying to take care of the bill, and the bill got too high because of the fees and accumulation of the bill. Also, there are problems with these meters and people getting trapped in with the smart meters. And I've always been against smart meters, Ms. Blackman. I've always been against smart meters, that they cheat your bills and they are not reliable. When you're estimating water bills, they need to be on the actual usage and not what the smart meter said or what you all deemed the usage is, because I have dealt with people that have had miscalculations and errors that have been corrected. I would like to say that all of these issues with Easy Pay need to be fixed, and the Easy Pay program needs to be promoted. Who's your IT director? I need a meeting with them too, and your public director. Thank you so much.
Has indicated a desire to speak before the committee.
Madam Chair, we have Wisdom Institute.
Thank you. Wisdom Institute, would you like to express your concern to this meeting?
Yes, hello. Thank you so much for letting me be heard. My name is Latanya Bell. I am one of the co-executive directors at the Wisdom Institute and also a member of the We the People of Detroit Water Peeps. Just looking at the Easy Pay program fact sheet and just had a couple questions in regards to the calculations that deal with the success rate and then the settle. Just wondering, is this number based on the number of people who paid their arrearages off within that 36 months or at the 36 months? Like how exactly is this being calculated? How often is the rate being calculated? Just wondering the breakdown on those numbers, if that could be explained a little bit more.
Is that their only question on regarding that particular process?
Yes, ma'am.
If you want to respond, Mr. Phillips?
Sure. We look at and measure our dashboard for Easy Pay on a daily basis. The success rate is a combination of the total number of households that are current on their bill, plus any customers or residents that have completed the Easy Pay program, which means that they have completely settled their account. In this case, it's 4,667 individuals that have completed the Easy Pay program. Even though it's calculated and based on a 36-month installment plan, those 4,667 that have settled have completed the 36-month program ahead of schedule. I can say that it's ahead of schedule because the program is in the 23rd month and has not reached its 36-month period so far. So that is the success rate is the total number of households that are in the program divided by those that are settled and are current on their bills.
Settled and current. Okay. Thank you.
Yep. You're welcome.
Is there anyone else who has asked to be recognized at this committee meeting?
Madam Chair, there are no other hands raised at this time.
Thank you very much. Then we will close public comment, public participation, move on to communications. We have item 2026-156, receipt of correspondence. Is there a motion?
Move, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pagata. So the We the People of Detroit, DWSD shut off dashboard request, and our response letter is in that attachment. If there's no question, those in favor of approving this item, please, or receiving this correspondence, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. The next item is unfinished business. We have none. We do have new business, our customer service presentation. Who is going to make that presentation, Mr. Phillips?
Madam Chair, Ms. Crowell will be making that presentation, and if you give me just one moment, I will share that.
All right. We will give you one moment, and we'll welcome Ms. Crowell to make the presentation.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Kimberly Crowell, Customer Service Manager.
Good afternoon, and welcome.
Thank you. During the month of June, customer service, we handled nearly 59,520 calls and just under 6,300 email inquiries. We had nearly 65,800 total customer touch points, which averages out to be about 3,100 customers per day. Across all of our channels, which include calls, our emails, and our self-service, we supported nearly 156,831 contacts, which are our customers' interactions. Our average speed of answer was nearly 31 minutes and 30 seconds. Our emergency line was 12 minutes, 26 seconds. Our non-emergency line was 40 minutes and 41 seconds. Our customer satisfaction score was at 82%. I'm proud to say that we did exceed that goal again for 34 straight months. And our first call resolution was at 74%.
Before you move on, are there any questions on the presentation so far? I do have a question, Ms. Burwell. Is there any, let's say, pressure, and that's a bad word that I'm using, but I can't think of another one right at the moment, on our customer service representatives to stay within the desired, I guess I would say, criteria for meeting the goals that we have set? And the reason I'm asking that is there, I guess I would say, a desire for the customer service representative to spend more time in trying to reach a resolution with that customer within the time allotted?
Yes, we are finding that our calls are longer than anticipated. And because our agents work diligently and they're trying their best to resolve the customer's concern on the first call, they are spending longer times with the customer to resolve their concerns. I do want to point out that we had extremely longer wait times again for this month is because we had about 11 agents that were in internal training courses for over the last 30 days, which will increase their skill set. So hopefully this will improve our wait times because now these agents have now received in-series promotions, which will help us with our different queues that we have as it pertains to bumping up accounts, real estate closing, and things like that. So our agents are spending longer on the phones to resolve our customers' concern.
About concern, I have a question regarding how the customer service representative feels that the, let's say, the pressure of meeting our objectives keeps them from spending a little bit longer time to make sure the customer is satisfied.
Okay, I'm trying to understand your question.
If I am under pressure to meet a certain percentage in terms of how long I'm on the line with this customer, why not? Does the customer service representative feel the pressure of meeting those guidelines, and instead of maybe spending a little bit longer time to make sure that they have covered all the things that are important to the customer?
They're feeling pressured every day. I mean, I said they are feeling pressured every day.
Yes, that's what I'm a little bit concerned about, the pressure. Does that keep them from really spending the time that they need with the customer because they're concerned about the amount of time that it takes them with that customer?
Yeah, Madam Chair, I think it's just the opposite effect of what you're thinking. By focusing in on customer satisfaction and resolving the customer's concerns on the call, and yes, to answer your question, they are scored and that they are measured on what their customer satisfaction and first call resolution is. But the effect of that is, or the cause of that does cause the time that they're speaking to the customer to go up, which I think was your concern, is that are they trying to get through the call faster? If anything, it has the reverse effect. The calls actually take longer because they want to ensure that our customers and our residents are satisfied with the responses that we're giving them. So it does take a little bit longer. They're less focused in on how long the call takes and more focused on satisfying the customer and ensuring that their concerns are resolved. So I think that actually, at the end of the day, has a positive effect on our residents. The negative effect is that, yes, the calls do take longer, but the positive effect is that our customers are more satisfied. And I think that's why we've seen our scores increase and then maintain compared to what they were 5 or 6 years ago.
Correct. Thanks, Matt.
Madam Chair?
Please speak up.
Madam Chair, I have a question.
For Garcia, yes.
And maybe this is for the people on the phone. I know that people can be disconnected. Do we start with the phone numbers, asking for the phone number? We get disconnected?
Yes.
Yes,
Commissioner
we do.
Garcia.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we do. Not only do we ask for the customer's name and the number that they're calling from, so that in the rare instances that a call does get disconnected, we can call them back. But we
Oh,
also have
thank you.
we also have a second measure that's in place that we actually capture electronically the customer's telephone number and and we transcribe all of the calls that come in electronically, not only recording, but also transcribe that into written format, which is a digital format. So that not only can that agent refer back if they didn't hear clearly what that resident or customer was saying as far as their phone number, it is captured electronically, but we can actually go back and listen to it. And we could place an outbound reach to that customer afterwards. But we do capture in multiple ways to ensure that our customers are satisfied.
Outstanding. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, no questions. Please proceed, Ms. Burwell.
Thank you. Next slide, Matt. So I would like to demonstrate our 6-month outlook. June, again, remained our high volume month. It was our second highest month in the last 6 months. Again, despite our staffing challenges, we also came very close to meeting our goals for our average talk and hold time and our after call work. Are there any questions?
Don't hear any.
Okay, I will turn the next part over to Matthew Phillips.
Thank you, Ms. Burwell.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, we'll briefly just go through Lifeline and Easy Pay. I think most of these questions or most of my slides here have been already presented and responded to in public comment. But we approved a little over 4,700 households this month. All the current H2O enrollees from fiscal year 2026, those benefits have been extended through June 30th of 2027. We have notified in 3 different formats to all of those enrollees that were in the program in the previous fiscal year. We had our most success with email. I believe we hit 99% of all the emails we had. We had delivered an email, which was a letter letting each one of the enrollees know that their benefits had been extended through that date. We did reach out via phone as well. And if we made 3 attempts to contact somebody live, if we did not reach them live, we left a voicemail message if it was available for them as well. And we also texted to those that we actually had a known mobile number that we were able to text them. That's been the most challenging one, only because carriers can reject our text messages. There's a lot of technology in place to prevent what I think most of us consider to be spam type of text messaging. But we tried in all 3 formats out there and to reach all those individuals. And then Easy Pay, we have got the updated numbers are the 64% success rate. That's as of this morning. 4,667 have been settled, and we've collected $28.2 million in just Easy Pay installments. I think that's it.
Sorry, Ms. Burwell, you about to say something?
No.
Were you asking something, Commissioner? Let me ask this question. So people can still come into our office downtown and pay in person if they choose to?
Yes, they can. They can come in and pay at the kiosk machine. We do not have cashiers working on the first floor, but we do have the kiosk machine located on our first floor.
Do customers know that if they put in more money than than is required, that they will not get it back?
That is notated on the kiosk machine. Yes.
Very good. I was told and warned that if you put 20, if you owe 15, you put in 20. Thank you from the water department. They keep your 20.
They keep the 5, right?
No, the $5 goes onto the bill as a credit.
Yeah,
we don't keep it.
Goes on your next bill. Okay.
Correct.
On that. Okay, thank you. Please proceed.
Okay. So next I'm going to talk about, I would like to go right into the planning calendar. Thank you, Matt. We're going to talk about ways our customers are paying
Excuse me one moment, Kim.
Okay.
It is 2:45. We need to recess and open up the HR meeting first.
recess the Customer Service Committee meeting to the call of the chair.
All right, we will now call to order the Human Resources and Organizational Development Committee. Could we have a roll call, please?
Chairperson Davis,
Present.
Commissioner Blackman,
Present.
Commissioner Garcia.
Present.
Mr. Chair, we have a quorum.
All right, we will now recess to the call of the chair.
Thank you very much. We will resume the Customer Service Committee meeting, and we were at item. Oh, something just went away. My screen went away. Are we back? All right.
Are we back in action?
We're back.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Which-
Go ahead,
which-
Pratika.
All right. So majority of our customers, 57% of our customers are now paying their bills online. That's more than half of all payments we receive. And it also shows us that our customers continue to move toward faster and more convenient digital options. Our mail payments account for 17% of all of our payments. We still have customers who prefer mailing in checks or money orders. So we're seeing fewer customers use this method compared to previous years. Our kiosk payments make up of 13%, and our phone payments, which is our IVR, also account for 13%. And these options, they continue to be important because they provide flexibility for our customers who may not have internet access or who simply prefer another payment method. One trend that I would like to point out is at the bottom of the slide. From January of 2026 through June of 2026, our online payments increased by 3%, while our mail payments saw a reduction in 3%. And this just tells us that more customers are becoming comfortable using our online payment system. So if there are any questions?
Questions, committee members? We want to thank you for the improvements that we see and the opportunities that are available to our customers. If there are no further questions, we will move on now to our planning calendar. Just went away.
Our planning calendar is up to date, Commissioner Blackman. Thank you.
I don't see anything. I'm going to assume that means that we are now at our next meeting. There are no other matters. And the next meeting again is as are all of the other committee meetings, August 5th. And the chair will entertain a motion for adjournment.
Thank you.
Is there a motion to adjourn? Did I lose my committee? Is there anyone who would like to make a motion to adjourn? Yeah. We will just say that this meeting is adjourned until August 5th, 2026. Thank you all.
All right, we will now resume the Human Resources and Organizational Development Committee. Is there a motion to approve today's agenda?
Approve, Mr. Chair.
Is there a second? Is there a second? Hearing none, I will second it myself. All in favor of the motion signify by the sign of aye. All opposed, that motion is carried. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of June 3rd?
Approval of the minutes of June 3rd, 2026, Mr. Chair.
Mr.
Oh,
Chair, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, that's pending.
Yes.
Yep. All right, we'll take that down. Is there any one who has their hand up for public participation?
Mr. Chair, we have one hand that is raised at this time. That is Miko Williams.
All right, Mr. Williams, welcome.
Yes, hello. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we hear you.
Oh, great. Okay. It might get a little noisy outside since I'm walking outside and I'm on my new earbuds. First of all, thank you so much for taking my comment, Commissioner Davis. Hope you're doing well and the members of this committee. D'Amico Williams, Chief Executive Director, Hydrate Detroit, wants to represent all 139 miles of the city from 7 Mile to Belle Isle. From east to west, north to south, we represent all the citizens that are voiceless and that are in need of relief. Okay, just want to respond to what I heard in the recent meeting. I apologize. It's great to hear all these improvements. It is great. I just applaud the customer service team, Kimberly Crowell and everyone. Thank you so much for all the work that you're doing, because I remember at one point a couple of years ago, we didn't have any of this. We didn't have any technology and such, and I just want to thank all the improvements and achievements we came along the way. I would love to question, why doesn't the Water and Sewage Department have the app you can download on your phone to make water bill payments, to see your consumption, and also to review your bills and keep your information, and to prevent water shutoffs, is to get help in the apply for the Easy Pay and the Lifeline H2O. I just want to reflect on my comments from last month in regards to the my inquiry about a work train program for young men to get these jobs on the water and also on the pipes. And the director gave a response, which is good, but I really want more detail and information. Skills for Life is just one resource. You know, we lost Job Corps, so we don't have Job Corps anymore. Why not talk to some of the vocational education efforts at Detroit Public Schools and also Wayne County Community College District? I'm pretty sure those people, it would love the opportunity for people to go through those programs. I just want to say that we can all work together to make sure we have all of the information to give to our residents and promote jobs.
Chair. Mr. Chair. Hello.
Did you need it?
Have been, we don't hear.
Commissioner Blackman, I think we lost Mr. Williams.
Okay.
I no longer hear him.
He'll be back.
All right. Commissioner Blackman, did you have something that you wanted to share?
Yes, I do. I do think there is a very rigorous and active program in letting the community know that there are training opportunities at some of our community colleges and at some of our skilled trades schools. I'm aware of that that people are being made aware of the opportunities within our industry. So I don't know how we can make that more widely known to people who are trying to advocate for our customers.
Thank you, Commissioner Blackman. IT, did we get Mr. Williams back on public comment or no?
Mr. Chair, I no longer see Mr. Williams logged in any longer as an attendee, and currently there are no other hands that are raised.
Okay, then we'll move on.
Mr. Chair, can I just make a brief comment?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, just 2 points based on some of the calls that came in from We the People. And I did put in the chat a definition of extreme heat as it's defined in the mayor's executive order. So you can see it in the chat, and it basically is 2 consecutive days of 90 degrees or more heat. Now, whether that's index heat or 90-degree temperatures, we'll have to take a look at, but the definition is verbatim in the chat. Number 2, I just want to remind people that I report every week the number of people that enter into Easy Pay. And just last week, we had 555 households enter into the program. That's 1 week. And that's pretty average. And so a month we have more than 2,000 homes that are being protected from shutoff by entering into Easy Pay. And you heard the numbers that Matt indicated, the number of households, more than 4,000, that have completely paid all of their arrears off and are in the clear now, so to speak. And so I just, we welcome being held accountable because it makes the program better. And that's not what I'm trying to say, but I don't want to lose sight of this is a program that's being modeled around the country and has magnificent results with regards to dollars being collected, both on arrears and on a monthly basis. And so when you can put 555 households into the program in just 1 week, obviously people are finding their way to the program, understand that they're in the program, and therefore that doesn't mean we're perfect. We're not. We always have work to do. And again, we welcome being held accountable because I believe it makes the program better. But don't lose sight that this program is working. It's working. More than 160,000 Detroiters. We only have 650,000. 160,000 are receiving some form of assistance from DWSD with their water bills. And so in this environment, when there's little or no money coming out of the federal government, and I just saw the budget that was approved at the state level, nowhere near adequate for the amount of need that the state or the city of Detroit has. I think the employees that are running this program are doing a magnificent job. And again, we welcome being held accountable because it makes the program better. And that's all we all want is a better product for our residents. So I just thought that needed to be said. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Director Brown, for those well-needed and very insightful comments.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir.
Since I don't think we've closed out public comment, and if we haven't, we have one other hand that was raised in the time that's passed.
Okay, well, let's let that person speak then.
All right, thank you. Ms. Hemphill, Norel Hemphill.
I just wanted to say thank you to Director Brown for those comments, and also mention that on our side, we cannot see any of those things that are in the chat. We can only see what Lamar McMiller is posting, so that may have gone only to the board commissioners, the commissioners there. But from our end, we can't see that language. So I just wanted to be clear on that. And then I know Director Brown mentioned how much support Detroiters are receiving in way of helping pay off their water bills. But I think that number is a little bit skewed. Seeing as though Easy Pay is just a payment plan, which we had a payment plan before that. So I think that takes that place. And Lifeline would be the only place that I think households are really getting help on their bill, and their bill actually being reduced or paid in some other means. And I'm not trying to split hairs, but I think it's important that we report it to the community as it is, so that when we have community members go out and advocate, they know what numbers to use, and they can accurately report back to their Congress people and to others when they're asking for dollars. Because when we tell our congressional representatives that we had a program that once supported almost 30,000 households and numerous residents, right? Because we're not sure exactly how many residents that supported, but we tell them it went from nearly 30,000 households to less than 5,000. We get kind of a shock and awe response. So I just wanted to kind of I guess clarify and provide perspective on that, and then thank the Detroit DWSD, the staff and everyone there, and also the board and the director for all the work that you've done to bring these dollars to Detroit. And again, it would be helpful if we knew how many dollars are available for the fiscal year 26, as we hopefully add more people to the Lifeline H2O water assistance plan. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Hemphill. Director Brown, I don't see it on my end either in the chat, but just a note for that. All right, any other hands for a public comment?
Mr. Chair, there are no other hands raised at this time.
All right,
Mr. Chair,
yes.
it is 3 o'clock. We need to recess and call the legal committee to order.
All right, Human Resources Committee will recess to the call of the chair.
Okay. At this time, the Legal and Government Affairs Committee will now come to order. And at this time, I'd like the roll call to be called.
Chairperson Kinlock,
Present.
Commissioner Blackman, Commissioner Einhauser is absent. Mr. Chair, we do have a quorum.
We will recess to the call of the chair. Thank you.
Okay, we will now resume the HR committee. We have no communications, no unfinished business, and we are now at human resources metrics, and I believe Director Jones will do that.
Good afternoon, Tiffany Jones, HR Director for DWSD. I will share my screen. Please let me know when you see the presentation.
I see it.
Awesome. So here are our metrics for June. We have 681 employees. 367 are Detroit residents, 314 are non, and of our new hires of 12, 3 of those are Detroiters. 54% of our employees are Detroiters. Our next slide represents our demographics. You'll see here the breakdown of all of our employees, the 681.
Question, Mr. Chair.
Ms. Jones, just one second. Commissioner Garcia.
Yes, we're at 50. I'm sorry, did you say 53% of Detroit residents?
54.
54. Is that an improvement?
We stay within 53, 54, Commissioner. Most of all the times, definitely over 50%, 100% of the time, but we average between 53 to 54%.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, Ms. Jones, please continue.
The slide was the demographics, the breakdown of our employees. Next is our breakdown by county. Again, Wayne County is our highest at 494 employees. So that's 72% of our employees are Wayne County residents. And the others are listed with their percentages. We also have maintained a 19% retirement eligibility percentage across the division. So we are at 131 employees that are retirement eligible and 81% that is not. So we stay consistent with 19%. For the month of June, we had a recruiting fair at CSF, our Central Service Facility. This is where over the year we take lists of names and then we personally invite them to come and interview at CSF. We had that on June 23rd. There were 34 people that we interviewed that day, and we were able to make 16 offers. And then 12 of those were put on a wait list. So I'm happy to report, Commissioner Garcia, that of those 16 offers, one was bilingual. So we are excited to have extended an offer, and I will let you know once everything goes through and the offer was extended, and not only extended, but accepted. So I'll let you know when that happens.
Thank you.
Here are our current positions that are open. And as you can see, we still have those 12 FSTs, the field service techs that we interviewed for. They are technically open because even though the offer has been extended, they still have to go through the process of their drug test, making sure that they have a valid license. So until that is offered and accepted, then that number will be deducted from our recruiting list.
And what exactly is their job responsibility, may I ask?
It depends on the job that they applied for. So I'm guessing the particular employee that you're talking about was a field service tech. So they would be working as a field service in the field doing meter and repair, maintenance.
Oh, I see.
Repair.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Our planning calendar highlights recruiting efforts. So just for this fiscal year that we just ended, I wanted to provide some highlights. We did have 5 hiring fairs that we hosted ourselves. And then we also had a couple that we partnered with. So we do partner with outside organizations. As you can see, Wayne State, Michigan Works, Detroit at Work. We do have partners that we make ourselves available on a monthly basis to provide information on our jobs and the opportunities here at DWSD. A few months ago, I mentioned that for the first time, HR worked with operations, and we developed a simulation where employees that are interested in working for DWSD, they get a chance to experience their actual duties. And so we have a short 30-second video that we put together. We started it, I believe, 2 months ago. It has gone over well, not only with employees learning what they'll do, but it also provides the supervisors and managers an opportunity to actually see that employees have the capability to do the work that's needed. So hopefully everything will play.
We are here today at the CSF facility doing an actual first ever simulation to give the ultimate experience for our future candidates who's going to join the DWSD family. Behind us, you'll see them having the opportunity to see what it's really like to climb into a manhole, climb out of a manhole, do a deep dig, also work with our drills, hands-on, filling up and stopping leaks underground. So it's a really amazing experience and an amazing opportunity, and we hope that you enjoy what you see.
So as you can see that it's really a day-long activity for my team, as well as the operations and the candidates that come. So they have an interview process. Once they proceed from the interview, then they do the simulation. We have different points of tests They move dirt, they clamp a water main, they have to saw, they climb a ladder, as well as in and out of a manhole. So it's real life experience. And then once that is taken care of, then they complete their final paperwork. So it's been going well. And I just want to, again, give a kudos to the HR team and operations for working hand in hand to make this a reality. Our planning calendar is up to date. And if there are no other questions, that concludes my report.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Jones. And let me say that that is a really good tool, that video. It's a wonderful opportunity for us to be able to see if a person is a good fit and for them to decide whether or not DWSD is a good fit for them as well. You could save a lot of time and aggravation and money in hiring. It's nothing worse to spend a bunch of time training somebody and, 3 months later they're gone.
Absolutely.
So kudos to you, and that'll be it, I believe. You've done planning calendar and no other matters. Next meeting is August 5th. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
All right, second? I will second it, and colleagues, we stand adjourned.
Okay, the Legal and Government Affairs Committee will now come to order. The next item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. A motion to approve the agenda is in order. Okay, is there support? Okay, I'll support that. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? This item stands approved. Next item on the agenda is approval of the June 3rd committee meeting minutes. Okay, a motion.
Mr. Chair,
Oh, yes.
those meeting minutes are pending, so there's no action at this time.
Okay, thank you. I see pending now.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
so next item is public participation. Okay, so at this time, I'd like to ask who will be reading the public participation instructions.
To make a comment, please raise your hand by using the raise hand icon on your desktop or mobile device using the Zoom app. If you are calling into the meeting by phone, press *9 to raise your hand. During public comment, after your name is called, you will be given permission to unmute. In order to begin speaking, you will have to unmute yourself. To do so, press the unmute button, which is the microphone icon, if you're online or on the Zoom app, or *6 if you're calling in. At the beginning of your comment, please share your full name and the community or neighborhood you live, work in, or are representing. The timer will start after your introduction. You will have a limit of 3 minutes to make your comment, and please keep your comments to public comment. This is not an opportunity to request information or data, which can be done through the city website and Legistar. If you make a comment, and in order for DWSD staff to follow up with you, we kindly request you complete the comment card link located with the Board of Water Commissioners meeting event posted on the DWSD homepage at detroitmi.gov/DWSD. You will only be called upon once. Once the chair closes public comment, there will be no other comments from the public, and all attendees will remain muted for the duration of the committee meeting. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you. At this time, I'd like to recognize anyone who's joining us virtually, whether or not you would like to address this committee yourself by indicating your hand or indicating in chat. And I'd like to also ask whether or not there are any communications that may have come in.
Mr. Chair, at this time, there's no hands that are raised.
Okay, at this time,
Mr. Chairman, you've gone on mute.
sorry about that. Okay, at this time, public participation is closed and we will proceed to the next item on the agenda. And the next item on the agenda is communications. A motion is in order to receive and file, correspondence for the FOIA report.
Chair,
Yes,
item number 2026-159.
and I would support. Thank you, and I would support that motion. Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, this item stands approved. We'll now proceed to item B, 6B, which is receipt of correspondence. This is the litigation report. Okay, at this time, a motion is in order to receive and file the litigation report.
Chair, I would move that we receive and file the attachment litigation report, Office of the General Counsel for June 2026.
Okay, and I will support that motion. Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, this item stands approved. We'll proceed to unfinished business. There is none. And under new business, we have the Gibson versus DWSD update. Is that an open session or is a closed session required?
There's no closed session required at this time. That's just to give you the public update of the case, of where we are in the case.
Okay, you can proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Prior to this meeting, I updated the board on the fact that the Gibson versus City of Detroit DWSD matter was proceeding to trial. That trial happened 2 weeks ago, was concluded on the Friday before the 4th of July. And at that time, if you recall, the Gibson matter was a matter that arose from a motor vehicle accident that occurred in October of 2023. A former DWSD employee operating a Ford Econoline van during the course of his employment collided with the rear of a vehicle operated by the plaintiff, who was stopped at a red light. The plaintiff alleged that the DWSD employee was driving distractedly and at the time of the collision. That matter went to trial. Trial was concluded. At the trial, the plaintiff's attorney asked the jury to award approximately $30 million in damages. The jury did not. The jury awarded $5.2 million in damages. We believe that in evaluating the matter, that there are consideration for errors, reversible errors that were made by the trial court, and we're currently evaluating appealing that verdict. We'll make a decision on that this week, and then we'll go into closed session and the following board meeting to update the board as to what our next steps will be, including the decision on whether to appeal or not. But there,
You said you'd be prepared to have that conversation with the board when? I'm sorry.
At the next board meeting. We'll have a closed session to talk about that process. I will note that on June 30th, there was an MLive article that was published called "Teacher Awarded $5.2 Million After City Rear Ends a Car at the Red Light." I want to indicate that article only reflects the facts and the arguments as presented to the reporter by plaintiff's counsel. Although we were contacted for comment, we declined to do so in order to preserve the integrity of any possible appellate procedure that would follow. So as a result, the article does not represent our legal position or the evidence that we presented in our defense.
And that's understood. Yeah.
And that concludes my update on the Gibson versus the City of Detroit matter.
I thank you. I thank you for that update. And we'll be awaiting staff's, further dialogue with the commission on this matter. Okay, the next item on the agenda is other matters. I know of none. The next committee meeting will be August the 5th, 2026. And at this time, a motion to adjourn is in order.
Mr. Chair,
Yes?
hear me? Move adjournment.
Yes, yes. Okay, support. Okay, okay. At this time, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Okay, those opposed? Thank you. This meeting stands adjourned.